said they arrested Sowore because he used the word revolution. Is that not correct? Yes. But Tinubu used exactly the same words, revolution. They said he's trying to incite civil strife and rage. But Buhari, before he died, also said that if they lose the elections in 2015, that monkeys and baboons will be what? Will be what? But you see how they operate in the zoo. Everybody has forgotten that. Conveniently. Because it's a land filled with hypocrites. Illiterate, badly educated hypocrites. All of them. I was watching a program before I came here. My friend went to a program on AIT, is that correct? Fanika was with AIT this morning, is that correct? Yeah. And he said something that I found very, very interesting. He said to the female journalist that with all due respect, you people are part of the problem in this country. Correct. He told her that to her face because she was trying to justify the unjustifiable. Here we are in Germany. The queue to get American visa is from here to Munich and back. People are struggling to come over here to Europe. People are struggling to go to live or to seek a better life in America. But in America, before they became what they are today, they protested. They fought a war of independence. They even fought a war to free black slaves in America. Why therefore can't we agitate to make our lives better? Do you know why we want freedom? Is it not so that our kids can go to decent schools, so that we can have electricity, so we can have good roads? Is that not correct? Yes. Is that not why we agitate? Yes. Are we agitating because we hate anybody? No. Is our agitation for freedom born out of hatred? No. It's because things don't work. In this 21st century, on the road, cattle going to school, Kanu State University filled with cattle, primary schools filled with cattle, their national stadium in Abuja filled with cattle. In 21st century, but if there is one thing that the reign of Buhari and Jubril has shown people, is that the Fulani way of politicking has nothing to offer to anybody. That is the truth. Let me ask this question. Can you imagine if it were Igbo people running Nigeria for all these years? Or should I say Biafrans? And Nigeria is the way it is. Do you think they will allow anybody again from our side to rise up to contest for anything? No, never. But we move from Fulani mediocrity to Fulani mediocrity. Every 4 years or 8 years, depending on how you say it. And we are expected to accept it. When you go to look for a job in Germany and they say no to you, it's not because the man or woman hates you. Or the grandma. It's because they want you to go back to where you come from and make things better. Are you aware of that? Yes. Do you know that? Yes, I know that. Anytime they say no to you, or you apply for asylum and they say no to you, it is because they want you to go back to where you come from and make it better. Yes. If we don't build Biafra, who will do it for us? If we don't fight for our freedom, who's going to fight for us? Germany fought to be free. by Germans. US fought to be free by US citizens. Blacks today in America can get employment or contest for electoral office because blacks in America fought for civil rights. There is one word running through all this: fight, fight. You must fight for what is rightfully yours. Do you know Britain fought a war of independence? Even Britain, to be free. Are you aware of that? Ordinary people fought. You live in a country where your next door neighbor is fighting for you to become a better person, for your kids to go to the right schools, for your life to be better. That person gets arrested. And instead of you to commiserate and say, I support what that person is doing, out of whatever thing that I don't know what it is in us, black people, you join the oppressor to mock somebody fighting for your survival. That's what is happening. Because I had a meeting with somebody in New York. They said he's planning. That was part of the evidence they gave to the court. That he was in a meeting with me in New York. They saw him with a terrorist.
Terrorists travel over the world.
I'm a terrorist and I'm in Germany. Holding important meetings in Germany. Do you see how we reason in that part of the world? Nubuzu problem. They came and arrested your next door neighbor in the hope that, let me tell you what they did. They thought when they arrest Sowore, somehow Biafrans will rise up and will start jubilating. They think we are foolish. And the Fulani will be enjoying. Can't you see them? And then they will come to Biafra land, they arrest 1 or 2 or 3 people, and Yoruba will be jubilating. And the Fulani will be laughing. So you don't know that is what they do. Anytime you support that person they think is your enemy, you demoralize them. Do you understand? Because we are predictable. Anytime you tell the Fulanis that you are not predictable, they start to panic. I read an article today. Fulani are only 10 million in the zoo. So is it 7? I'm sorry. I thought they've grown to 10. And look at how they are remoting all of us, controlling us. And it's not that they have anything upstairs. After all, I used to live in England. I now stay most of the time in Israel. Am I related to Netanyahu? Is he my senior brother? No. Is any of you here related to Angela Merkel? No. But I'm sure you prefer to be here than the zoo. Yes. Is that not correct? Yes. That is to tell you that politics has no coloration. Nothing to do with who relates to who. It is who does the right job for the people at the right time. Anytime Fulani wants you to hate somebody, I suggest you love that person. Yes. Did you hear what I said? Yes. Did you hear what I said? Yes. Always do the opposite of what they want you to do. The people will rise up and be jubilating. Oh, Sowore has been arrested. After all, our reporters used to attack Nnamdi Kanu and Radio Biafra and the IPOB. Is that not correct? No, you don't join them. You fight for the right of that very person who has been arrested illegally. I remember one US president, I don't know if it's Harry Truman or is it Eisenhower, I've forgotten. He said, I may not like what you're saying, but I will sure hell fight for your right to say it. That's what democracy is all about. If I get up and go on my page on Facebook and all the comments are positive from top to bottom, I'll worry. Something is wrong. The only thing that keeps you on your toes is criticism. If not for any other thing, you want to prove to those people that you are not who they think you are. Isn't it? Yes. Do you know why Sowore was arrested? Was because when they came to us to arrest us, when we were being arrested and being killed, some of them were partying and jubilating. Is that not correct? Yes. Is that not correct? Yes, sir. When the Fulanis came and conquered the houses, the Juguns and the thieves did nothing. They came and conquered them too. They said nothing. They went into Yoruba land and conquered them. They said nothing. Once you begin to spread injustice, and instead of you to fight against that very injustice, you keep quiet, it will come to you. Are you aware of that? Yes. Everything you see in human life is mirrored in the spirit. If there is a measles outbreak now, measles is passing around everywhere. If you don't get immunization to fight that very measles, you contract it. True or false? True. Is it true or false? True. If you do nothing, if there is measles spreading everywhere or chicken pox, and you do nothing, you keep quiet, that same chicken pox will attack you. Is that not true? Yes. The same thing happens in life with evil. Is chicken pox a good thing? No. Is measles a good thing? No. The same thing happens in life. When a dictator is in power with impunity, doing all manner of evil, if you keep quiet, one day will come to you. And some of you think that coming to you means that DSS will not hold your down, carry you beyond midnight. No, it doesn't work that way. For you, it could be a Fulani headsman stopping you around Night Mile and cutting off your head. Because impunity breeds impunity. People were there watching like idiots. IPOB was being proscribed. But a terrorist group, a terror group, Niyetiala, received 100 billion to continue killing. El Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, a governor in a democracy in a country, will tell a court of law, I will not obey your judgment. Do you know they're still keeping El Zakzaki? Oh, you don't know? You think they released him? Eh? They said they have. No, they have not. Some of you don't know what happened. And that is why I hate the zoo with a passion. Not that I hate the people inside it. I hate the zoo as a structure built by Britain to serve their interest. And my God, is Britain not suffering today? Are they not suffering today?
Yes, sir, they are suffering.
What did I say the last time? Chukwu Okike Abiyama will divide Britain into pieces. To be decimated. But their pride will not allow them to know it is because of Biafra. You know, Chukwu Okike Abiyama is, he acts somehow. When his children goes against him, he will send somebody to punish them. And after that, he will go back and punish that person. Do you know that? They can acquire one server. You will come to us as a vehicle or as an instrument of destruction, as Britain did to us. But today, they are suffering big time. But they will not know that the root cause of their problem is Biafra, that tiny black country in West Africa. They won't know. That is why those who can see in the spirit will always understand what we are doing. Do you think that IPOB is the greatest mass movement on this earth because we possess some special qualities? Is that what you think? Do you think it's down to us what we are doing? Because it is divine. Ordained from heaven. Are we rich? No. Do we have money? This account. You know, I know some of you don't contribute anymore. Because I opened a charity in America, Biafra Aid Foundation. How much do you think we have in it? Huh? 100 billion one. My sister, how much do we have in the account?
In this new account?
Yes.
The one that was opened?
Yes. For $1.
$1. We have $2,050.30 as of today.
$2,050.30. We will announce it every month. We will not touch that money until it gets to the threshold required for what is needed for. She will come every month on air to announce it to the whole world so you know how much you have contributed. Because some people think I'm rich, I don't know why. For instance, what do they get the impression from? And where? That's what I'm going to Don't be as your enemies would like you to be. Love that person you know is doing the right thing, regardless of where they come from. Regardless of where they come from, you must emulate them. If you can't do anything, at least pray for them. That is why we are a better race than any other in Africa. We never support injustice. It doesn't matter who is affected. I said before, if you go to your village now and you see a stranger and you start fighting that stranger and beating that very stranger, somebody from your village will come and ask you, oh, is that not true? Yes. We have humanity in us, unlike other people. That is why we will support anybody including you. Once you come out to fight for the oppressed and dispossessed, you become a child of God. And I assure you that you will never ever come out the same person again. You will be a better person for this. If you allow evil will multiply. Our boy Timothy was shot dead a few days ago. Is that correct? What was his offense? Did he even commit an offense? No. But he's dead. And the best we can do is arrow and rest in peace. Yeah, and who do you think killed him? Who killed him? Buhari is dead already. A Fulani man killed him
because they don't want, they are even protecting Fulani killers. They said the name of the person that killed him is Ajayi Solomon. Ajayi Solomon. Not Solomon Ajayi, but Ajayi Solomon. And I bet you everything in this world, there is nobody called Ajayi Solomon in Nigerian army. You doubt me? So you don't know the name of the name. So we won't get upset that another Fulani soldier killed one of us. You don't know that. So you don't know that's what they did. So where is Ajayi Solomon then? Where is he? First they said those that carried out the shooting or the lone ranger that shot Chimobi dead were people impersonating soldiers with soldiers' uniform. Is that what they said initially? Cultists with army uniform. That's what they said. And they chased him to his house and killed him. Because they know that OKC person will protect them. They know how foolish some of us are. That will say, oh, let's leave it. Oh, to Chineke si joya. Let's leave it for God. And he's dead. And some of us think that it will never affect us. Is that not true? The same way a pregnant woman in Enugu was killed by the same Fulani men. And the governor said, not just the Catholic pastor. I know many Catholic priests that pray for IPOB and pray for my safekeeping. So I will not generalize. But most of those people, when I was preaching this very gospel of truth in years gone by, was it an Assemblies of God pastor that said I'm Antichrist? Is that correct? Yes. Because I said I don't worship idol, and I'm a Pharisee. I don't. And I will never worship idol. And that is why Biafra will come under our watch. He says, it will come in our time for one simple reason. As one Jamaican told me in 2012, that we have discovered the secret. I was in Radio Biafra Studios 2012 broadcasting. Somebody rang with a Jamaican number. I couldn't pick it up. After the program, I called back. He refused to give me his name. He just laughed and said, at last, you people have discovered the secret. Do you know what he was talking about? That Biafra could only have come with dedication to God Almighty. Without it, Biafra would never come. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how much you have, how much you've spent, how many lives you have sacrificed. Without Biafra central to what we are doing, in truth and honesty, Biafra will never come. A Jamaican told me that. Not a Biafran. And I stood on it to preach this very gospel. And I said to those pastors that something great is coming. Has it not come? It has come. Okay, done now. Instead of Ifan Ugwa and Enugu State Governor to do something about the death of his people, he said he's forming forest guard. Forest. That is not just funny.
And he said that DSS will be in charge of the recruitment. When I go back, DSS will be in charge of recruiting the same people killing us. Will now recruit us into forest guard. Without bullets. Whereas yet the Allah is armed by the federal government. Armed to come to our land to kill us. And they are bad for doing so. They come to kill you and I, to rape our mothers and our sisters, and the government pays them for doing that. And when somebody comes out to fight, to say that this is wrong, that what is happening is wrong, some people are busy mocking and mocking. If you want your land to be like this, you have to build it yourself. Who will build it for you? Huh? Our dear brother is there. And Sowore. If you're one of them, just raise your hand. I have a question to ask. No, because I want to understand the reason for inviting him. That's all. Is it that he is a defender of his people? What is the criteria for inviting him? I want to understand. We cannot be fighting and dying for a Biafra that will contain all of us. And some of you will go behind our back to be inviting people responsible for the death of those fighting for survival. Sabo is not only when you serve the Jews. Somebody came and killed your people in their thousands. They have refused to condemn Fulani herdsmen. They have refused to call for the banning of Magba near Biafra. And you are inviting such a person. And you want us to go on fighting and dying so that you can come home to Biafra land to lead a good life. Is that fair?
No.
It's not fair.
Is that fair?
No.
if they had boycotted the election, do you think we'll be having all these useless debates?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
We told them if you vote is meaningless. They said we are warmongering. Hate speech. Why are you voting or allowing a dictator to rig himself into office and then you come back and start to protest? The greatest protest would have been for you to boycott the election straight away. But they wouldn't let us rest. So we have to show them that voting is basically null and void. Do you know what Oshomole said? Do you know what he said? That Sowore should not have contested now. Is that what he said?
Yes.
Is that what he said?
Yes, I
But we told them not to vote. There is nothing good about Nigeria. There is nothing good about the zoo.
Nothing.
But they won't listen. You people don't listen. Those involved in the invitation of Modo to this place, you have no conscience, you have no soul.
Yes, sir.
You are wicked and you are evil.
Yes, sir. All right.
Because of money, one chunk check or maybe connection, you want to give your card. I think I'm a package. In case there is a security contract or cleaning contract. I want you to understand the depth of your wickedness and shallowness. You have no morals. You have no scruples. And you have no conscience. How can you invite a man that said he sabotaged Biafra before? He will sabotage Biafra again. Is he Abia? They are killing your people in the village in the original Germany. Who not born their police? Who not born her police? I am asking you, in a regional agreement, what are you celebrating? Is it your ignorance that is celebrating? What are you celebrating? Do you see our problem? Or in the Britain, Johnny wonderful and anyone safe. Do you see how you're holding yourselves down? I have been saying this all the time. Che Guevara came to Africa to fight in the Congo. After a while, he left. They asked him, you know Che Guevara, don't you? You know him. You know him very well, from Bolivia. He fought with Fidel Castro for the invasion of Cuba and in Guatemala and a few places in Latin America. He left Congo after a while. They asked him why. He said, because a black man do not understand what freedom is all about. He will always put the need of the stomach over and above his self-preservation as a human being. That he cannot fight to such people. In our Omodo, one or two senators, yes? To come. The same people responsible for the mess you're in. That are Irogulogu, Agho, Najimilok. Come on, I'm going to talk agency about it.
Just like
They give an egg program on the Lagos branch. IPOB! Do you want Biafra?
yes!
Do you want Biafra?
Yes!
Then why are you inviting Wood? What has it got to do with Biafra?
What do you say, hustler? What are you put in here?
No, I want to understand the reason or the justification for inviting them. Nobody can tell me. Have they said anything regarding the small boy that was killed, Chimobi?
No.
Have they said anything?
No. For where?
I was told today they issued a statement calling for Sowore's release. Is that correct? Did you read it? Did anybody hear it or maybe it's fake news?
No, they said 45 days.
No, I'm saying, did you read Ohanese's statement?
No, we have not.
You have not?
Yeah.
Maybe it's fake news.
Anything to do with Ohanese, we're not interested.
These are the people who are killing you. And you intend to invite them. You have not asked them what they are doing back home regarding the menace that the foreigners are posing in our land. The death that they are causing in our land. But they are junketing and gallivanting all over the place without a single solution. Had they not moved against IPOB or called for operation pattern dance against IPOB, Fulanis will not have the temerity to come to our land. So you don't know that. Because anytime you're divided now, the enemy will come in. Don't you know that?
Yeah, for sure.
And that was exactly what they did. And some of you are inviting them. In a country of impunity upon impunity, where they have never stood up before to speak up against the evil happening to us. And some of you are hobnobbing with them for what? To serve God's purpose. What are you looking for that you don't have in Germany? What else are you looking for? Perhaps they are seeking relevance. They want to belong. They want to be seen that they know Ohanese. And by the way, Ward is living in December, you know that? His tenure comes to an end in December. Don't you know that? Oh, you don't know? Oh. His 4 years comes to an end in December. And to be the turn of Imo State to produce the next Ohanese president. I'm telling you that. Maybe your grandson will come and run and then some of you here will invite him to come to Nuremberg for UDG for 2020. Our land is under siege. Monumental siege. If you keep quiet, our mothers will be raped. Our Hausa people did exactly what some of us are doing today. You know what our Hausa did? Do you know what they did? In 1804, 1805. Oh, they said they are fighting corruption. That the Fulanis will help them to get rid of their corrupt leaders. And where are they today? They are now irrelevant. They came and they arrested, what's his name? Is it Maurice Iwu?
Maurice Iwu, yeah.
Maurice Iwu, when was he the INEC president? How many years, how many decades ago?
1999 to 2009.
They came for him. They are alleging he committed 1.2 billion naira fraud. They went to court. The court set his bail bond at 1 billion naira. Do you know the man called Ibrahim Lamode?
Yeah.
Yes.
Look this record. Some of you may be surprised, but do you know there is no Igbo millionaire in dollars? Do you know that? I don't know. We don't have. Do you know any Igbo? Do you know any Igbo millionaire in dollars?
No.
Do you know anybody?
No.
Huh? Only about that goes to 4x4, so never take go. Second hand 4x4. Maybe probably imported from Germany. Do you know those that have the money in the zoo?
Yes.
On the phone and this money. And the money belongs to you and I. All the way from Omambala Basin to Opa, to Ndoni, to Akwete, oil and gas belongs to us. But when they come to your village, they pick one person up and give him 3,500 take him to Abuja and tell him from today, your title is Ochodoswo. You are now an Igbo leader. Obuman choncho change na pana. Omo obera ana ko ogoma bara makali ekwe. Ale biye ko obera mali ogoma bara ekwe jeno yate. He will be sent back to the village to become your leader. And I got 4 years ago. Meanwhile, they are taking what belongs to us. Do you know that people are dying of cancer in Iguacha? Do you know that? And that women are having miscarriage in Iguacha? Are you aware of that? Sometimes in Iguacha, you go outside and you touch your car, you see a film, carbon everywhere. People are inhaling. You go and tell them, what is killing you is in this carbon and Biafra can stop it. They'll tell, oh no, you are trying to deceive us. Oh, but you're one. Do you see how foolish we are? Can you begin to understand how daft we are? But imagine Fulani in their cleverness with their dirty cattle all over the place. When Boko Haram was designated a terrorist group, Buhari, when he was alive, he said no. Lai Mohammed said no. El-Rufai said no. All Boko Haram that goes about killing people. And in fairness to them, you know, I don't blame Boko Haram that much. I'm sure you're aware of that. Do you know why I don't blame them? No. They killed their leader, Yusuf. They killed him. They killed him. And said, what can you do? We are Nigerian police. We can kill anybody we like. That's why you are where you are today. Boko Haram. Have you heard of any northern governor criticize Mietiana?
No, never.
Have you heard them criticize Fulani headsmen?
No.
Then some of you are inviting somebody that criticizes their own people. Some Yorubas are about to make the same mistake with Sowore. The same thing. Fulani are the people persecuting you, destroying your lives. They got rid of Jonathan. They said petrol was at 85 naira per litre. I don't know how much it was.
87.
They said because of subsidy, it is a scam. They are corrupt. Get rid of them. How much is the litre of petrol today? Has subsidy stopped? No. Has it not gone up? But nobody can see because they are using the same template of 1804. We are fighting corruption. Meanwhile, they are busy stealing and conquering you. But they are counting on the fact. Anyway, maybe they didn't reckon that IPOB will come. Have we not opened the eyes of the zoo? Have we not opened it? Before we came, who would have used the word revolution to come out to the street to protest? And now they have seen how we do it in IPOB, isn't it?
And they want the copy.
What they go over there? Tiagas and Lake Yobera Kawana. You know, Tiagas, it has stages. Small one, the middle one, and the big one. I'll book it over there and get I'll book it recruit basket over small one. Everybody. Protest finished. But we have been protesting since 2015 till today. I feel sorry for the zoo, honestly. Imagine the day we'll march. Heaven will bear us witness. The day we will march, the sun will not set. So, revolution will go. They were asking them, they said, we are now going to start on the 29th of August. Or sorry, 19th. They postponed, we got to 29th of August. They postponed the protest. And those people they called miscreants held the zoo down. Head bridge was brought for 4 days. We know how to do it. And I'm saying to them in the West, we are only waiting for them to start, isn't it? Eh? Yes. And I'm telling them tonight, only block Third Mainland Bridge for 1 hour. We will shut down Biafra land for 1 week. Hey, what I said Third Mainland Bridge, for every hour they stay there, we will be on the streets of Biafra land for 1 week. Can they do it? If not for Ohaneze and your governors. I remember somebody telling me in those days when I went to court from DSS dungeon. You know what person said to me? That if they want to bring me out from here, I should say no. Yes. I was driven from DSS to court. Somebody came to me at the height of our protest for my release and said to me, if they ask you to leave here today, tell them no. I looked and I said, why? Yes, imagine them outside though. That with the way things are going, that the zoo will capitulate. I thought he was joking. The next day, Obasanjo just said, an Igbo man should be the next president to pacify us. But Babangida said the same thing. But those people you are inviting to come here for unity, you know what they did? You know what they did? They went behind and said, what can you give me? My daughter just graduated from Maryland University. What can you give her, please? They came out and they condemned. You people are stopping traffic. Our economy is this, economy is that. But now the Fulani headsmen are killing you. Why can't you talk about economy anymore? They destroyed it. Oh my, this people, India institution. Had they supported IPOB at that time, the zoo will come and invoke what is called doctrine of necessity. They will sign it and beg and say, please, come 2019, presidency is yours, whatever you want, you can do with it. The same thing now I get back and say, oh, any woman that wants to vie for presidency in 2092, start now to build alliance. You are the ones destroying every opportunity you have had to move forward. But it cannot happen anymore in IPOB now.
No. Sir.
You know it can't happen. Because we are going to be free.
Yes, sir.
And there is nothing anybody can do about it. Understand where we are going to. Some of you don't know. They said it will not last long. After a while, they will disappear. He's looking for elephants. They want to Mistress will kind of political appointment. Yes. Yes. But we are still here today. Fighting for what we know to be right. Because men died and women trying to protect the ideal that IPOB has become. And the only way we can say thank you to them for laying down their lives for this very movement is to restore Biafra. No other way.
Nnamdi Kanu also, we are not like anybody you've seen before. We are not. And you will not see anybody like us ever again. This is once in a lifetime opportunity to restore Biafra. We are asking for Biafra to be restored because those in the zoo called Nigeria, they are all evil people. Maybe not all of them, but those are the helm of affairs. When Jonathan was in power, they called for protest. People came out on the streets to protest. Nobody arrested them. Were they arrested? No. But when you do the same thing when they are there, they arrest you. Everybody is a terrorist apart from Fulani headsmen. And you keep quiet. You know, the US government is very clever. You know what they said? It is for Nigerians. It is for Nigerians to deal with the problems of Nigeria. It's not for them. If you think that somebody from abroad will come and tell you, oh, this is Jubril, he shouldn't be there, then you're dreaming. How many of you here know that Buhari is dead? Huh? It was when they convinced all of you that that thing there in Aso is Buhari that they realized how foolish an average Nigerian is. And that is why their headsmen can kill with impunity and nothing happen to them. Has any headsman been prosecuted? No. Arrested? No. The one they arrested in Taraba, they killed the policeman that arrested them and set him free. And they lied and denied and said that was a mistake. Not up to 24 hours, something happened in Edo State. Do you know that? In Edo? Vigilante in Edo. They killed the vigilantes and then released the headsmen. And some of you are still saying, I'm a proud Nigerian. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. You don't know about you not. You don't know what you want. You're not serious. So when we say that we are being insulted, you know they are killing blacks in America. You know why they are killing them in America? Yeah. Are you aware of that? Yeah. Do you know why they are killing them? Because of what is happening in Africa, especially the zoo. They know that we can't. That's why they can kill us. If your so-called government can kill you and get away with it in broad daylight, go and connive with judges. A judge in a court of law. A judge. Before you bring somebody before a judge, you must have at least rudimentary evidence. As to where they can catch him when he's going home and say you're a terrorist and go to a court to obtain what is called ex parte motion or whatever, or judgment. Ex parte motion. You know what it means? You and I have a problem. I run to a judge. Instead of the judge to say, oh, who do you have this case with? There is a saying where we come from. I don't know for some people. There's a saying where we come from. Now understand why I want to leave the zoo. Where I come from, natural justice dictates that you must hear from both parties before you rule. There's somebody who says she has PhD in law, is a judge, has been doing this and that, and the elite can go and decide on a case brought by one Alikali from somewhere, and you're not there. They obtain permission to detain you for 45 days. And you ask the judge that, What did this person do? The judge turned around and said, what I'm just giving you is appetizer. If you want to detain him more, come back, I'll give you more time to detain. But what did this man do? Oh, he called for revolution to do what? What is the ingredient? Oh, he wants to protest. But did he not protest 5 years ago? But that doesn't matter. They have pocketed everybody, including some of us, our common sense. That is why Fulani headsmen are everywhere. They kill us and they run to their police barracks. They kill us, they run to their army barracks. And I have told them, today is about the second. I think the army has responded to what we said yesterday. That Okezi is lying. Every checkpoint in Biafra land must go. Every checkpoint. If they don't go, we'll compel them to go. You cannot tell me that in the north where there is Boko Haram, Miyeti Fulani headsmen, bandits, there are no roadblocks. No checkpoints. But in Biafra land, every kilometer is a checkpoint. You say you won't give them money and they kill you. All we do is we carry you and we say, we no go agree or we no go agree, and we bury you. And then that's it. And tomorrow they continue. It can't happen now. They must leave our land. The same word that you are inviting to come here to eat G with you. One of the planks of his campaign when he was running for Hanese, he said, I will fight to dismantle the checkpoints in Igbo land. Is that what he said? Yes. The only thing he will be remembered for is sabotaging Biafra. Is that the type of life you want to live? No. Is that the type of country you want to belong to? No. That is why the death of Chimaobi can never ever be forgotten. There is always a time, there comes a time in the history of the people when you must say that enough is enough. Yes. We cannot be killed in our farms and then they come out on the road for no reason. A so-called security, whatever nonsense they call it, operative, will come and kill one of us and they go scot-free. It can never happen. And you will make sure that it never happens again by the support that you give to IPOB here in Germany and by consequence all over the world as well. Because we're not relenting. Some of you may not see a lot of what we are doing, but we are doing quite a lot. I assure you. Yes. If you recall the other day, Osibajo was begging for unity. Is that correct? Yeah. Do you know Osibajo was begging for unity a few days ago? And only this morning, Atiku Abubakar did the same. Is that not correct? Yes. If there is not something threatening the unity of the Zoo, would they say what they said? No. It's common sense, so. Yeah. If nothing is disturbing the Zoo, will they say what they said? No. That tells you that we are doing something. Yes. And very soon results are going to come. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, holy, holy. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, holy, holy. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. IPOB. One family. IPOB. One family. IPOB. One family. Yes, we'll take calls now from people. Do you have the speaker here for them to? Have we announced the number? No. Was the number announced? Or maybe we can start from here. There are those here.
Yes, let people start saying.
You have to come forward if you have anything to ask, and then. So do we have anybody who wants to ask questions here? You raise your hand and then you be called forward. You know, I don't like murmuring. If you have any question to ask, you ask. Ask anything that is you ask, I will answer. I'll show you. Please, if you have a question, please step forward.
All have.
My name is Maze. I'm a local model, Gamish Participation Coordinator. Please, sir, my question is not really what you said now, but I want to be clear based on the 1 million man march you called last time in America. Is this for only those in America or other people from other various?
It's all over the world. If you can be in America, please come to America. Because we'll do it. Is that the micro? Can I have that? Yeah? It is for everybody. And I want to announce this number for those who may wish to call in to ask questions. It's +49, is that correct? That's the code for Germany? +49 151 2909 1948. I repeat, +49 151 2909 1948. +49 15 12 9091 948. Please, can you also put that perhaps on Facebook as well? Does anybody else have a question? I'm sure some of you from here will come to US. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful. And then if it rings, we can then.
Oh, yeah, Biafra.
Oh, yeah, Biafra.
My name is Celestine Chikumikeke. My question is that in September, UN is having their General Meeting Assembly. So I want to just to know, should we expect to hear anything about Biafra, the killings of Biafrans, and the zoo in general, what is happening in zoo? Should we expect to hear anything from anybody from there in the UN General Assembly? That's my question.
Thank you very much. I don't know if anybody read or is aware of the UN report that came out. That was about 3 weeks ago. Is that correct? Is it 3 weeks ago? It came out. Did you read it? No. About what situation report in Nigeria. Did any of you read it? You're not aware of it? I'm not actually the UN. UN made the what good not bad. No, UN issued a report to the zoo. And the report was quite explicit. United Nations for the very first time referred to us as people from Biafra region. Is that not correct? Yes. So what else are you looking for? Nigeria is a sovereign state. So they have to tread very carefully. We are making our case, we're articulating it, and governments around the world are receiving it.
And that is why the zoo is under constant pressure. That is why Osibajo, the vice president, can rise up and say that pleading for unity, the same thing that Atiku did today, because something is happening somewhere. We are mounting the right pressure everywhere. And when the time comes with UN, you will know about it. You don't need to be, ask any questions. Before the year runs out,
Take the call. Sorry, we have a caller here. Let's see. Take the call. Yes. Somebody's calling. Yes. Yes, the caller. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, this is Nicholas.
Yes, Nicholas, go ahead. We are listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, Nicholas, calling from Biafra.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Biko, everybody that no deal I organize to mana enwere ihe na enye anyị gbọ ọrụ ihe na-abọdị ihe na IPOB enwere misconception a na-enwe gbasara religion a na-asị ndị be anyị ndị chọọchị ka ha mere kọleji ya members ka ha na-apụta na ajọ Biafra na achọtaje Biafra agitation for the career, no, but no, IPOB. In fact, I have criticized some churches, which do not have the population, so that's whatever going on in Nigeria. They have the population. So I believe that we have a table for every religion, free for everybody to practice. Despite Christianity that are there. For the religion practice over the world, one of the oldest religions. So I got work out here today, you know, I've been a very family now I got on the topic. So because of one guy only one day talking in the Bible where they get old. I want to move on and get the Bible. So I don't know how we have been accommodated in taking this oath. Many of us want to come in, but because of our religion, we cannot do that effectively. We are being sidelined. I think I want to do it and so only this year on because
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you. Call the call. My dear brother, I know he's listening and his intentions are very honorable. I've told him only to go away and no. Yes or no. Please go ahead and do so. Onyena. Onyena. For me and my household, we worship Chukwukikabiama. Whatever you like, you can worship. That is your business. But regarding taking of oath, you must take it. If you can take oath to serve the zoo called Nigeria, why would you take oath to be in Biafra? Because we don't want sabotage. We are the largest mass movement in the whole world because we are disciplined. Because we are under oath. Solemn oath not to betray Biafra. Then what are you afraid of? When you're in America, you swear allegiance to America. I'm sure before you get German citizenship, you swear allegiance to Germany, don't you?
All right.
So why would you swear allegiance to Biafra? Yeah. That's what it is. You must. Because first and foremost, if you practice Judaism, Christianity, or anything you call it, first and foremost, you are a Biafran. And your allegiance lies to Biafra, not only religion. That's the only way we can build that very land of ours. Religion is a personal business, you and your God. That everybody must go that way. The same people that are complaining
Are they not the pastors who are being killed by foreign herdsmen? Do they know if you're under oath or not? A people you see, they just kill you. Please, would you take the next call? Yes, please go ahead. Hello? What? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Hey.
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
But we can hear you very well.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Take another call. Take another call.
I don't got network in this room.
This person is calling from Germany.
It's calling from Germany?
Another call.
Another call. Please, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Yes, please. Your name and where you're calling from.
Is it Kelly Biafra?
Yes, it is.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Oh, dear.
No, I don't know what's going on.
Sandy, I want this
I'm
one.
calling
From where?
the greatest city in the world, Lagos.
Hey, no wonder now. Doctor, I'm going to give you my phone.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead. We are listening.
Hello?
Hey. Doctor, we're looking for you. Please, next one, please. I forgot to tell them, please, if you're calling, once you call, we pick your call, start speaking because the world is listening, please. The world is listening. Don't wait to hear your voice back again before we proceed. Anybody calling, or do we go to the audience here?
There's no call coming.
No calls coming in. I know the line is jammed, I believe. Any other person here with anything to say before we close? Yes, please give him the microphone.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, from Isiago local government, Maka South. And I'm on a march. We were down at Bemelum and on a woman and the Fulani, they take over the place. I was going to my school, my computer teacher.
Where?
Isiago South, Iroke.
For Fulani settlement there.
Yeah. And that school there, I'm going to computer there. When I go to school, Central School, Isiago. They put in one computer, my computer ground. When I didn't computer, I'm everything, they're maybe more here. And another one, 9. Nima another package of property 104 acres of land, they released 1986. Which documents and the original one to with me. So when I fight a man, Japan, my head that they may bar, no national gun and Gamma. They were dangerous. We shall tell them, come on, I should my gun. We join go back and get the Makija. What's my good even the case in the court? Now, DSS the child, CDSS on the flying. In the opinion, had their in the quarter and the flying out our friend. Able to one, I'm not buying a female here, but they could be not and a question answer to go find out there. When they with them, we watch my hope, maybe no could be after. You tell you my cry when I talk. You go here, I know women walking the air on a friend, the only keeping near one day, a clear village. Oka Satan Nako, Oka Satan Isiago, people get near Nibo, Oka, Omawolo, and the Deba, and the ring road were near to place. The culture agents intervention.
You give the address to the coordinator of where they are. They came to Annam and we drove them away. We have driven them away from 4 locations in Ebonyi, from 5 in Enugu. And we shall continue to do so. Tell us where they are, and we'll move them out.
Okay.
As simple as that. We've been doing it now. We've lost men. That is the uncelebrated war that is going on, which IPOB is fighting on your behalf.
And some people are busy inviting them near wood. How could you put Kanaga around here? Give us the address. They say back to them. They will leave. We know what to do. We know what to do. Do we have any call on the phone? The call on the phone, can you hear me? Hello? Nothing is coming to me.
He's not talking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
I don't know what that is.
People want to hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, there's a delay. Go ahead.
My name is, I hope that you can hear me. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I'm calling from Germany. Yes, I feel today that I can call this humble room. Actually, one family. Every one suggestion, and I can just not to waste your time. My own suggestion was, I need to go ahead and go down. I want to know, nigga, quota, nigga, the announcement. So now let's be ready to fight for Biafra. Or we not alliance with the Israel government. I won't let it know for Germany or another place like Italy. They are the interest, and they are not the interest. And so what is Israel? Very generally from training. And at the end of this training, I don't know how to Uganda now do. I can't every day can move. Every day now is I'm not on my on a tomorrow morning to make internet going for 2 days. No more is going internet for 3 months. More is going to start moving. On a time because this is not more to my hand. I'm not getting it. Now I have to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. On a time because they do my fatherland. Neither anything about me when I'm not. On a go up and I can do what I'm going to do. Over the years, just know. Or Kenya our unity Israel government. Everyone has the Israel government. I want about the year. On a Sandico, one of the children category they know it. On a Samu, I had to change the more. On a Samu, only I get a million of women. I will now I think you know. We want to meet the members that not to go from good to it. I will not get this. Entre 9, I will go to the neighborhood, a Bugatti support on a